And finally, reigning Eastern Conference champions, or the Orlando Magic, have swapped guards Rafer Alston, Courtney Lee, and Tony Battie for New Jersey's Vince Carter. The Magic gave up a budding backcourt in Alston and the young Lee um, for Carter in response to Hedo Turkoglu turning down a previous Magic offer and opting to join free agency. Okay, Vinsanity is obviously, hands down an all-star. He's made several all-star appearances commercially, maybe get butts in the seats. And, he can make 40 plus points, any given night. But he's not the good passer or the offensive facilitator that Turkoglu is. And his 6'6" frame doesn't create mismatches like Turkoglu and Lewis, for that matter, at 6'9", 6'11", can, like they did in the Cleveland series. So, I'm not sure if replacing Carter, replacing Turkoglu with Carter is an equal, trade-off. Is 40? Would you rather have 40 points, or would you rather have, with the guard play included, 40 points and 20 plus assists every night? You be the judge. I'd rather take 40 points and 20 assists. So we'll see if that works out for the Magic or not. If they add pieces around, some more pieces to replace the people they're taking out, then maybe it can turn out to be really good. If not, then it can turn out maybe it was a kind of a mistake and they went in the wrong direction. So let's see what happens in Florida with the Orlando Magic. But the NBA was not the only professional sport, to have a draft. The NHL also had their draft, and the New York Islanders took center John Tavares, number 1, after dominating the Ontario League. Also this past week, the LSU Tigers beat the Texas Longhorns 11-4 in Game 3 to win the school's 6th College World Series. So congratulations to the Tigers of LSU. And, okay, golf. Golf. Some people love it, you love it, you hate it, but golf. First, Tiger Woods had a dismal week at last week's U.S. Open. He didn't win. It was just a really bad week for him. The rain and wasn't putting putts. You usually see him putting, wasn't getting them. It wasn't working out for him. Now he's double bogeying to barely beat Jimmy Fallon at Golf Wee. Come on. Talking about the Suns, how the mighty have fallen, but Tiger, come on, losing to Jimmy Fallon at Wii Golf. The game was named after you. Tiger Woods, PGA, what is it, Golf, Open, whatever. It doesn't matter. But you lost before, and this rematch you barely won. I watched it like live when it was happening. It's kind of cringeworthy, but let's just hope the world's greatest golfer, bounces back in the upcoming British Open, AT&T Invitational, and of course the PGA Championship. So, let's see. Last week, Casey Kane beat out road race expert Tony Stewart to win last Sunday's race in Sonoma. Let's see how he fares this week against the likes of Carl Edwards as NASCAR heads to Loudon, New Hampshire on Sunday afternoon. I think obviously on TNT. So let's see how he fares, if he can come back to back, or maybe Carl Edwards will see him back flipping off of his '99 Affleck car. But from Loudon to London, the major of all majors, Wimbledon, is finally underway. Unfortunately, the reigning men's champion Rafael Nadal was unable to play and defend his championship due to his bum knee. But most of the faves have made it through to the round of 16. Of course, Federer, Roddick, and the Williams sisters included. And the Americans are doing well. Already mentioned Roddick and the Williams sisters. But while American James Blake made another first round exit, the women's number 6, Yelena Yankovic, was upset by 17-year-old American Melody Udan. So, congratulations to her and the other Americans. Everyone else, see if she can make it past the round of 16 and maybe make a mark and a name for herself, like other stars have done in the past, such as Maria Sharapova, that kind of upset win at Wimbledon she had against Serena Williams a few years ago. So let's see how Melanie does. But coverage of Wimbledon will continue on Monday and into the next week on ESPN2. And finally, USA! USA! Where's my flag? USA! Okay, that was I'm just excited because the U.S. men's soccer team cut down world's number 1, España, in the semifinals of the FIFA Confederations Cup to make it to the finals, of course. The 2-0 victory ended a 35-game win streak for Spain, who were 1 win away from a world record. Now, the Americans must slay the giant Brazil to win the cup in South Africa. If the U.S. can bring the kind of energy and the winning mentality that they obviously had in the semifinals matchup against the Spaniards, I think they can actually they have a good chance of beating a vulnerable Brazil team that's been kind of subpar in this tournament. You know, they barely won to Egypt. They barely beat out who they play to win their semifinal match. I think just a 1-0 victory. You know, they haven't been playing, like we're used to Brazil playing. So if there was no other better time to catch Brazil on the heels, it'd be now. I think the U.S. if the guys can play like they played last week, I think they can beat Brazil and win this tournament. But and it would be a good role to take into, heading into South Africa's World Cup, which is of course next year. But all the friendly matches from here and then. But between now and then. But the match is Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN, I believe. And by the way, Cristiano Ronaldo has signed to a 6-season deal to play for Real Madrid. So, soccer fans here, there you go. That humongous deal from Manchester to Real. This looks like it's finally concrete. Phew! Okay. It's hot in here. See what happens? We don't work for 2 weeks. Okay? The show stuff it's really, really hard. And it's hot in here. Hot. I'm in Dallas and it's like above normal. Normal is usually 90-something in July. It was 103 today, so, and my house barely has air conditioning, so it's hot. Finally, I've talked about talking about entertainment, since day one. Never just really got into it. It's been kind of crazy when I started this, in the midst of 2 playoff series and stuff like that. So, and it's kind of bad when the first day I finally get to talk to it about it. It's starting off on kind of solemn terms, to say the least. But it's been a hard kind of past week. First you started with, of course, John and Kate separating. Oh my God, I can't believe they separated. No one saw that coming, right? But it's still kind of a shocker to see it unfold on TLC, who's been so gracious and sympathetic to them and their family. But then, on more serious notes, first we lost, the legendary Ed McMahon. From Here's Johnny on the Tonight Show to when I was a little kid, I remember him on Star Search. That's where I kind of remember him. The earliest memories of him I had. To publishing clearinghouse commercials and stuff like that. So saw him go, unfortunately.